All right, today is April the 5th, 2016, and we're watching the East Pacific Water Vapor Loop. Right now in the foothills of Los Angeles at 8:25 p.m., we have a barometric pressure of 30.01. That's dropping. We had 30.05 last night. The relative humidity is 29%. The temperature is 71 degrees, and the dew point is 37 degrees. All right, so right now we're watching the East Pacific Water Vapor Loop. We can see that we have this upper level low right here. This is sort of a dry low on the west side of this. Low pressure is being hit by transmitter energy, and that is not allowing any of this moisture to wrap around. There's a lot of heat being applied right in this area. But what is happening is that a lot of this thunderstorm activity down here is winding past this counterclockwise spinning low and moving right up into Southern California and also Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas and Mexico. Also, we can see that there's a very large thunderstorm down here being blown apart. And if we watch this very carefully, the core of this thing is hit right about where the pen tip is, right here. And we can see something go shooting out right over just right about at the 10 o'clock position here. Let's just watch that for a second. Not only that, but we can see the blast pattern all the way around. There's a lot of little fingers that go shooting out after this core is superheated. Let's just watch that. We'll take a look at this also in the infrared mode. So all the way around this entire area, we can see a blast pattern. And then watch the core just diminish away. But we can see right here that there is some high velocity water vapor, superheated water vapor, all the way around, but mainly right here it comes flying out the side there. Let's take a look at this in the the infrared loop, and we can just see that core, which was a fairly intense thunderstorm, just disappear, basically just evaporates very quickly. Okay, and then we have the this is the visible light mode. I was not able to catch anything really telling here on this particular map. We can see a shock wave in this general area right here. They're shooting out. It also has some form to it, a small circular form to it, right basically where the pen is lying, right there. We'll get a better example of this in the future. They're always doing this. Okay, so now let's go back and take a look at the Northeast Pacific Water Vapor Loop. We had very, very heavy chemtrailing starting around, I think it was around noontime, 1 o'clock p.m. That's because we have this moisture field. This is a sort of an El Nino pattern. It's a tropical moisture field moving right into Southern California, Arizona, Mexico, and New Mexico. So we have a good opportunity for rain. In fact, it should have rained today, except for the intense chemtrail spraying that's occurring all through this entire moisture field. We'll take a look at this in the MODIS Today map. Also, we have another system out here just north of Hawaii, which is generating some big swells. They're forecasting some up to 30-foot waves, 35 feet right along the north shores of these islands. And that storm right here has a transmitter on it. We can see the outline as this moves to the east. All right, let's take a look at the the infrared loop, and we can see all that moisture. This is fairly intense rainfall as it moves towards the Southern California area. So we may get some rain if these people allow it. We'll see what happens. The AccuWeather forecast is calling for rain on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The Weather Channel is now saying Sundays, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we'll keep an eye on things. It was very warm today, around 86 degrees at about 4 o'clock, with very low humidity. I think it was around 20% or something, I think. Very low, considering what's going on here. I mean, we've got, rain potential. We should have had overcast, cool weather today with all this flow. And instead we have, 18, 20% humidity. That's ridiculous. That's pretty good evidence of man-made weather manipulation going on when you have these planes out spraying. Okay, here's the jet stream. We can see the pattern here. It's moving down towards Hawaii. They've got a transmitter on that one low pressure, and that is protecting Hawaii. We'll take a look at that again here in a second. And then we see that flow moving into the Canadian territory and down through the northwest. We have a separate flow here around that upper level low, which is moving all that moisture right into Southern California and Arizona. All right, let's go back and take another look. And we can see that transmitter, the effect it's had. It's cut a big, it's disrupted this moisture field is what I'm trying to say. And so Hawaii, which is right in the path of this moisture field, will be protected mostly from all this dry air. There's a transmitter working this area right here, and that is not allowing all this moisture to move right down over the Hawaiian Islands. So Hawaii does have a forecast for rain, but it will not be anything too severe like what we're seeing up here. All right, so let's take a look. This is the Western U.S. water vapor loop, and we can see the upper level low there winding all this moisture right up towards California. And then we have this second system here. This is a developing storm, I believe. We'll take a look on the surface map here in a second. And then we have another system moving out to the east. This will be moving into the northeast here in a day or so. And notice that we've got strong high pressure, and that will separate this moisture field, this tropical moisture field, from this area right here, this storm, and all this moisture. So they're going to maintain high pressure. We've got a trough indicated on the surface analysis map right here. Let's take a look at that. We still have high pressure right over Southern California right now. It's around 1,016 millibar pressure, 30.01. And that's right about what this chart is indicating right here. It's 1,016 millibar right there. So there's a low indicated and a trough right there, plus a cold front actually merging with a warm front. We'll have to see what they allow. And then we have this storm right here, which is a 998 millibar storm right here. That's the one we were just looking at developing. All right. And we have another high out here separating this cold front from this system out here. Okay, now here's the Southwest map, water vapor map. We can see that we have a good opportunity right now for cooler weather and rain, but today the jets were out in force. They were very active, spraying everywhere. The entire Southern California skyline was blanketed with these aerosols. Now we can see all this moving right into Southern California. If we stop the loop and we just scroll through here, I've noticed some interesting things in the last few hours. There were some fairly straight edges, like for instance right here on this frame. That is almost a near straight edge. Let me see if I can find. There we go. Okay. This just demonstrates what I think is they've got a transmitter offshore that is generating some fairly straight edges as this moisture field moves towards California. We saw this all last summer too, by the way, with the hurricanes. As soon as they get up towards California, everything makes a right turn and goes out to the east. So I have some of my own theories here. We have another straight edge in the next frame right here, right along this edge. And then we'll scroll through this. We have another fairly straight edge right here. And then the loop repeats. We have a straight edge here, right along this area, right there. Okay. And that continues into the second frame, third frame, straight edge, fourth frame, straight edge. Okay. Fifth frame, straight edge, and so forth. Next frame, straight edge, and then it just sort of it's already moving out to the east. So they I guess they turned off the transmitter there. But the point is that is a manipulation. There's no way that that is Mother Nature. You know, let's go look at the next map here, and we'll do the same thing. Stop this, and then we'll scroll through. Let's go back to the very beginning. Here we go. Okay, there's the second frame. We can see a fairly straight edge there. Let's go to the next frame. We have actually have a step right here where the tip of the envelope is. We've got a little step there. Got a very straight edge. You can see the blue there right next to the weather. So they've got some transmitters right off California that are doing this. Now notice, here's the next frame. I just clicked next frame. We've got a little tiny cutout right here. I hope everybody can see this, because this is, I saw this earlier today and I was like amazed. I haven't looked at these Southwest maps because we don't get any rain. There's no reason to. Today when I look at what's going on, I'm seeing some amazing stuff. Here's the next frame. Fairly straight edge right there. Okay. And we have that step right here. And right here we have Catalina Island. This is Los Angeles, right there where the tip is. Let's go to the next frame. Okay, so then it kind of breaks down. But what's happening there is that event, those straight edges, that radar, that's a phased array radar, most likely, that is changing the direction of this front, of this moisture field. You see that on this frame it moves again, so forth. Okay, that's all. So let's go to the next map, which is the MODIS today, color satellite. Very, very heavy aerosol spraying all over. And we'll just show some of that real quick. Here's the Gulf of California. We've got some fresh chemtrails right here. These are probably just a few minutes old. You can see that. Let's scroll up. Running out of time here. Anyhow, we had very, very heavy aerosol spraying. You can see here, this is just a blanket of aerosols all over, streaks all over the place. Okay, so that stopped our rain. That causes the capping inversion layer. You have to have lift and moisture to get rain. These aerosols stop the lift. Okay, now let's look at the swell report. We've got 12-foot swells north of Hawaii. That's going to bring some big surf. We've got 12-foot swells right off California. We've got 15-foot seas right out here just north of the Hawaiian Islands as well. So, all right, East Coast. We got that storm that just moved through, dumping some snow. There it is. We got a transmitter on it. Next one's right here. That will probably bring some bad weather as well through the East Coast. All right. Okay, next is the East Pacific map. We can see a better view of that upper level low pressure system right here, which has a transmitter on it. It's serving to just wind a lot of moisture right into California. We'll see if they allow the rain. And here is the color infrared loop. We can see that detail there. This is that storm they're blowing apart right here. Okay, we saw all this. There's the 500 millibar analysis. We can see that low. That's officially a closed low right there on the 500 millibar, and also on the 300 millibar. Okay, so that's the summary, and we've got this path right here. So we're going to probably get some rain is what I'm thinking, if they will stop the chemtrails. Okay, so that's it. We will do another update tomorrow.